Fine, my dear friend, welcome back to the channel. This is Salon's blog. It is a very great evening to you wherever you are around the globe. I'm excited, I'm happy to be back to present to you my special edition. Before you go to bed, it is very important that you get to know everything around your football club. Chelsea, yes, the coach has spoken and he has spoken well to this afternoon at length regarding the match that is coming up against Manchester City. How are we faring so far? What is our preparation towards the match? Well, over here, I have, first of all, the injury situation to update you on. The injury situation. Before I move to any other issue, I would like to start with the Chelsea injury update. As the coach rightfully made clear to the press this afternoon, the injury situation, personally, I see it as similar to what we had last week. Similar to what we had last week. Yes, the difference is not that much, but let me quickly go over it. The following injury update has been provided ahead of Chelsea's Premier League match against Manchester City at the Etihad Stadium tomorrow, Saturday. All right, Bernard Badiashile continuing to undergo rehabilitation program. Thiago Silva rehabilitation program. Kanechukwu Emeka undergoing rehabilitation program. Mark Cucurella continue to undergo his rehabilitation program. Wesley Fofana continue to undergo his rehabilitation program. Reece James continue to undergo his rehabilitation program. Romeo Lavia continue to undergo his rehabilitation program. Last but not the least, Leslie Ogochukwu continue to undergo his rehabilitation program. Dear friend, yes, we heard it, but there is one player I want to emphasize or speak on, and that is Romeo Lavia. Every time, every week, continue to undergo his rehabilitation program. What is happening to Romeo Lavia? What do we know about Romeo Lavia? Why the injury situation of Romeo Lavia doesn't seem to be going down? What is it that they are hiding from us that we don't know? Even if it's a broken leg, by now, it should be healing. Is it a hamstring injury? What kind of injury that from the very beginning, since he was signed till now, he came on a few months ago or a few weeks ago, played 32 minutes, and that was all. Is there anything that Chelsea is not telling us? Most of us, we are getting worried about Romeo Lavia's situation. Honestly, it is something which is getting out of hand. It is something which most Chelsea fans are getting worried of. Romeo Lavia's injury situation, we are not getting clear-cut updates on Romeo Lavia, and it's rather unfortunate. Listen, anybody you ask around, and let me put it this way, Matt Law, an insider journalist with Chelsea, even does not know exactly what is happening. This is what he has to say. He said, on Romeo Lavia's injury, it's a mystery. And no one can give you a straight answer. I don't know what's happening or where he is. So he doesn't know what is happening or where the player is even. You come up against a blank wall when you ask questions about him. I don't know is the honest answer. Matt Law. Dear friend, is there anything that Chelsea are not telling us? I personally believe that if Romeo Lavia was to be fit, he should or he would have always been the first 11. Looking at the style or the tactics that Pochettino loves to play, Romeo Lavia would have always been the starting 11 if he's to be fit. And if Romeo Lavia is to be fit, selling Conor Gallagher wouldn't be that much of a problem. I heard from one source that why they wanted to sell Conor Gallagher during the last summer window was because they saw the potential in Romeo Lavia. As a matter of fact, Chelsea planned life without Conor Gallagher. They were planning live without Conor Gallagher last summer. Unfortunately, the player refused to go, and the offer that was even sent wasn't that good. So they had no choice than to maintain him. And now he has become a mainstay of Chelsea midfield. But where is Romeo Lavia? Matt Law is telling us right now that anybody who asks around the club, the answer is we don't know his whereabouts. We just cannot continue to undergo rehabilitation program where no one knows exactly the injury situation. Neither do we know his whereabouts, dear friend. Well, before I let you go this night to bed, Chelsea are sounding out of alternatives to Victor Osimhen, with a striker now firmly in Paris Saint-Germain's sights to replace Kylian Mbappe. Chelsea are sounding out of alternatives to Victor Osimhen, with a striker now firmly in Paris Saint-Germain's sights to replace Kylian Mbappe. That is the latest. Now, PSG has shown face and Chelsea is hiding. Why is this so? This is our club, Chelsea. This wasn't what Chelsea was before. Chelsea was a club that decides, I want to get this player, and they're able to get it. Any player that Chelsea knocks on, or the door of a player, once Chelsea asks of a player, the player is already desirous and willing to come to Chelsea. This time around, if you name all the top clubs, it is Chelsea that the players don't want to come. It is. As a matter of fact, Kylian Mbappe will be more than willing to go to Arsenal than to Chelsea. Kylian Mbappe will be more than willing to go to Manchester City than to Chelsea. Now, Victor Osimhen will be more than willing to be in Arsenal than to come to Chelsea. Victor Osimhen will be more than willing to go to PSG now as we speak than to come to Chelsea. Why? The question is why? What is happening to our club? Number one, our owners are not willing to pay the right fee. I mean, the wages, what the players deserve. That's number one. They have placed a cap on our wage structure. £150,000, you can't get top-notch player at this level. When some other clubs are willing to pay £1 million a week, you want to pay £150,000 a week. Which player would choose you over the one I want to pay him £500,000 a week, or £300,000 a week, or £400,000 a week? Which club, which player will be willing to choose Chelsea over such a team or a club? Secondly, our position on the league table right now does not look good. 11, 12, 10, 11, 12, 10, 11, 12, 10, 11, 12, 10. Which player now, top-notch player, that would like to come and be playing mid-table club or be playing mid-table football? Every top-notch player right now wants to be in the Champions League. That is their target. That is the target. Every top-notch player wants to be in the Champions League or want to play in the Champions League. Yes. Dear friend. Well, the truth is, as it stands right now, PSG are ready to pay the release clause of both Rafael Leao, €175 million, and Victor Osimhen, €130 million, to compensate for the departure of Kylian Mbappe. That is how it is right now. PSG are ready to pay for both players, because now that they don't have Neymar, they don't have Messi, and they are losing Kylian Mbappe, they will have to replace with some top-notch players to keep their standard up high. What are we doing, Chelsea? On that note, dear friend, let me leave you and wish you a very good night's sleep. It doesn't matter how it is right now. We can only hope for the best. Tomorrow is Chelsea, Man City. By the time you are up from bed, I'll be giving you latest updates. In fact, more news from the press conference or the coach and whatever you need to know from Chelsea camp. I'll see you in the next one when you see me in the morning. Have a great night, dear friend. Shalom and peace.